Hey guys, I'm back. I'm going to be doing another toy review. This time instead of Lego, it's on some of my toy cars that I have growing up. This is not all of them. As you can see, there's tons of more in this bag. And in this bag, this was actually my dad's. So moving forward, we have these Corvettes. We're going to start with a Chevy selection. So these are all of my Corvettes. Got a blue one. And this one was actually one of the first ones they came out with. It was this green Stingray one. And here's another one, a much later model. I don't really know the years, but it's a black racing one. Yellow Corvette Stingray, that's what they call it. Yeah, they call these the Stingrays. And then, of course, the modern Corvette we see today, or at least the one from 2010. One of them is a convertible, the other one's not. But, and of course, we have the recent one that came out 2026 or 2020s when they started putting the engine in the rear instead of the hood to make it more like typical American sports cars, which I thought was awesome. And my mom's a huge fan of them, so yeah. Moving on to my other Chevy collection. These are pretty much all the Chevy cars I have. I have this red and white striped Chevy Camaro, this Hot Wheels Chevy truck from the 50s, electric, and this low to ground Chevy Silverado. It looks ridiculous, but I think they use that for like hot rods. You've probably seen those kind. And then you have this blue Chevy from the 50s. I think it's a Chevy Chevelle, and this yellow and black Chevy car right here. I can't remember what the model was called. I have to look these up. You guys are sorry about that. Not as much of an expert on cars as I am on trains, so please forgive me for that. This is my NASCAR collection right here. Very different. Some of these are based on real cars, others are not. Well, some of them have real brands, some of them are based on real cars and have real brands. Some of them have the brands but are not based on real cars, and some of them are. Yeah, that's what we got going on here. So over here we have this Bayer number 17 car. It's a Ford Taurus, so that's what the car is supposed to be, but obviously these are what I've heard of to be stock cars, so it's not actually accurate representation, but it's very close. This one's a DeWalt 17 car, and it's also a Ford Taurus, or at least it's supposed to resemble one. Once again, not an accurate representation. These twin cars right here are Kelly's Cornflakes, and keep in mind, a lot of these cars I got were for my cousins. They played with these when they grew up, and they gave all of these cars to Blue Ben and out here when I was 2. Not all of them, but pretty majority of them. So number 5. So I think some of you might have those, or these NASCARs look familiar, or Corvettes like Hot Wheels and whatnot. And these are Cheerios NASCARs, and they came in like Cheerios cereal boxes for a while. And I think I was at my grandmother's, I got these, and I had a Reese's Pieces one, but I lost it sadly. My granny gave it to her church. Tried to get it back, but of course that's not going to happen anytime soon, so I'm just going to have to live with that regret. So I have the regular one and this golden one, both number 43. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm kind of out of it. And then over here, this last one is the McDonald's 50th anniversary NASCAR. It's supposed to be representing these kind of. It's also a Ford Taurus, once again, not accurate representation. Also a car one of my cousins owned, played with growing up. And I used to have a blue one, a blue counterpart. I had a blue counterpart because my cousins were twins, so they always got the twin variant cars. So I had the blue 94 counterpart, but sadly it had the moon on it. Also McDonald's 50th anniversary, but sadly I lost it. Or I gave it to my cousins for some reason. I don't know why. A big mistake. Another regret I'm gonna have to live with the rest of my life, but we all make mistakes, so. Moving on to my Ford collection. These are all of my Ford cars here. Over here, this is one of my more recent cars I've gotten. This is my Ford GT, although it doesn't really roll well, so I'll probably give that away, sadly. But it just looks too cool to give away, so I might just display it in my room somewhere. But, yeah, it's unfortunate that doesn't really roll well. That's just how it came. Here's my other Ford GT. They're both number 7s. And of course, you know, it's their predecessor. Their predecessor is the Ford GT40, which is Ford's only iconic sports car. If you don't know what the Ford GT40 is, all I can say is just watch Ford versus Ferrari and you'll have your answer. Moving on is the Ford Traverse. No, I'm sorry, this is a Chevy Traverse. What is this doing here? Let's go over here. So this is a Chevy Traverse. Why did I think this was Ford? Oh, I'm so sorry about that, you guys. Oh, that must make you really mad. Sorry. This is the Ford Focus, but it's Hot Wheels, so they put a spoiler, raised it a bit, but otherwise it's just a Ford Focus, so nothing too crazy. This is a Ford Tourango, which I've never heard of. I don't think many people have heard of it because I have never heard of it growing up or anything. Once again, another Hot Wheels car. And finally, moving on, this is my one and only Ford Mustang, although when I was playing with this car, I thought this was just one of Hot Wheels' unrealistic racing cars because I've never seen this design or look on a car before when I was growing up. But then one day I just looked on the bottom, it said Ford Mustang. I was like, oh, and it's painted in American flag colors. Thought that was kind of neat, and it's a convertible, clearly. Sorry about that, you guys. I just keep freezing up. Stupid Catatonia. So over here is my construction collection. Pretty much like 70% or 2/3 of these are pretty much all new, or at least, well, not new as in new models, but new as I've gotten recently or today. But the rest of these I've either collected over the years or owned, my cousins have recently owned. So we're gonna start over here with this crane. This is a Matchbox crane from the 90s. Many of you probably seen this. This is the one that came without the hook, so it doesn't have a crane mechanism, but it works fine, and the thing even does turn, so that's a plus. And I also have this Tonka dump truck right here. The thing actually dumps well and works as a good dump truck. Not based on any realistic dump truck, but good for the little ones, and I still love it. So, and these vehicles I'm gonna go over. I actually got at the Doors Lionel train store in Murfreesboro. If you saw my last short, that's what I bought at the store. But I didn't buy them until I shut off the video, so sorry. So yeah, sorry I didn't really show that part, but you know, I didn't know if I was actually gonna buy anything or not. So I should really, like I said, I'm gonna be editing all those titles, like not putting in the complete location and just whatnot. Someone thought in the comments below that General Bragg Trailhead was my backyard. I was like, sadly that is not the case, but I wish it was. And I apologized and told him that I'm making edits, and he liked it. So, anyways, it's an excavator apparently, and it works well. It turns 360 degrees, and it has a working bucket. I'm not going to do the arm because it's really hard to do, and I'm trying to hold a phone, so I'm just not going to really do that. Over here, I got this Caterpillar, and I got this on my birthday. It's a Caterpillar backhoe loader. Works really well. All that good stuff. And these are actually late birthday presents right here, because my mom and I were going to go to Thor's on my birthday, but we were just too tired waiting for another day, and I thought today would be the perfect day, because earlier we got ice cream, and we had nothing better to do, so that's kind of what we did. Over here, I'm not really sure what you call these. I'm in the comments below and tell me what you call these. I'll just have to look all these up. It's some kind of road paver. I've actually seen these before, but they're really rare to see unless they're like doing some kind of major project on an interstate highway. But I got this, and this is actually Caterpillar, but they're really old. Like this excavator and this thing are really old, but I got them today. Really cool toys. I had fun fiddling around with them before I threw them in the bin right here, the cars and trucks bin. Before I threw them in the cars and trucks bin. Before I threw them in the cars and trucks bin. Sorry, it's my stupid OCD. Yeah, I have all sorts of crap, medical crap right now. I'm 22 years old. Lastly, this is like a road sign truck you'll see on the side of interstates when they're getting ready to pave. So I thought it would go perfectly with this. And I noticed a long while back when along with that blue NASCAR I mentioned earlier, I gave away one of my cement trucks. And I really regretted that, and I really wanted a cement truck back. And when I found this today, I was like, oh, this is just perfect. So I got this, and the thing rolls really well, and the sign on this truck actually flips over. I'm not going to do that actually because I'm holding my phone in one hand. This bulldozer, I don't remember how I got this bulldozer, but you can push it, but you can also, it's kind of like a backhoe, so you can have, it has a little scooper on the back. And then finally is this John Deere grader, which I've had as long as I could remember. I don't remember when I got it, but apparently John Deere makes graders and other construction equipment, as well as Volvo and Caterpillar. Oh, and then finally, I almost forgot, I got this tractor with this farming equipment trailer pulling behind it. I've seen these, and I just thought it would look really cool. Fortunately, the trailer doesn't really roll well, but my dad actually grew up with one of these tractors. Sorry for the bad lighting. And he basically had 3 of them. I don't know what happened with the other 2. I might have accidentally gave it to my cousin's grave, but if I didn't, if I'd lost it, I think I lost them, so I only have 1 left now. And it's kind of like a red and gray one, and this one's just all red, but you can actually roll it. It pulls the trailer really well. So, and these vehicles all roll really well. And I'm sadly considering, I'm not really 100%. I don't know, my mom's always so iffy on when I give stuff away, but these vehicles don't really roll well. And if you don't know, this is actually was supposed to be a Tonka crane. But when I was little, I accidentally ripped the crane section part, and when you shake, you actually hear the screw inside of the little hole where the crane used to go. And I don't even know I think it was one of those trucks that had the crane cab, but it didn't have the actual crane hook and arm itself, or mechanism. But I accidentally ripped it out, and it just looks really weird, and the playability is not good. And then I have this dump truck, which I got from the Murfreesboro Discovery Center. It came with like a front loader and something else, and I lost those two. And then I accidentally ripped the dump off. I don't remember the order, doesn't matter, but it just looks sad and ridiculous. But yes, you can clearly see this was a dump truck, and those were part of my construction vehicles. It is kind of sad to see, and just I have two cars that don't roll well. This truck was also supposed to be a dump truck. I got this on one. It came off on a birthday cake when I turned 3 years old, and it came with two other construction vehicles. I lost those, and then I accidentally ripped the dump off this thing. So this thing's going, and then this truck was supposed to be an orange tanker truck, and then I ripped the tanker thing out. So that looks not good, and that one I might keep just because. And there's actually there's another truck in there that doesn't have the mechanism, but I don't know. I'm just playing around to see what works and what doesn't work. And I'm gonna put all these up. Whoa, camera. Whoa. Yeah, I have a phone with a really nice camera. Nice phone with a nice camera, so keep forgetting how far that thing zooms in. It's really dark, so sorry for the bad lighting. There we go, that's a little better. That's it, you guys. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm actually going to be doing more of these, just these little mini videos going over my cars and trucks for about a week or so, then I'll be done. And then go over some of my dad's cars and trucks, although there's not really much in there as there is in here. So I thought this would just be a little fun to do. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.